Okay, welcome to part 3 of our Mun Rocket and Landing tutorial. As you may know, we had a problem with our film crew last time around. They went on strike, but we sent our negotiators in to talk to them, and the good news is that we've got them back on the team. So that's a good thing.
Ooh, we love livers. We're going to eat your liver. Nom 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 nom. Liver, livers, livers, liver, livers, livers. We're going to eat your livers. Nom 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 nom. Liver, livers, livers. Nom 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 nom. Liver, livers, livers.
Kraken Babies, no! Don't eat his liver. He's the representative for the Screen Actors Guild. No, don't. Stop. Stop, Kraken Babies. Stop. Stop. Okay, it's okay now. It's okay. They're doing wonderful things with liver transplants these days. We'll fix you up good as new. I promise you. We'll pay for it. We'll pay for the transplant. Don't worry about it. Okay, now that we excuse me. Now that we've gotten our little labor problem sorted out, let's go ahead and land this bitch. As I've been at this for a while, and I am ready to call it a day. Let's see. Let's pop up a little bit. Now the part that's missing on this tutorial is the part where I came into Mun orbit. And basically what I did there is on my closest approach at my periapsis, closest point closest to the moon, the Mun, I turned retrograde, indicated by this little guy here. This is your retrograde indicator. So I turned retrograde and did a burn to slow me down to orbit. Pretty basic. What I'm doing now is an inclination change, so I get over in a nice dark flat area over here. Right over here. Now before I was over here, because I figured I wanted to land near that artifact, but at this point I am all about getting this bee-hotch on the ground and wrapping up the tutorial, so that's what I'm going to do. It appears our film crews are working today. That's good. We hate to have any kind of misunderstanding between ourselves and our wonderful workers here at the Journey into Space, and so we're glad to see that they're back on the job and back working for us and all that good stuff. Okay, 8 seconds. For those who aren't familiar with my videos, the Kraken Babies are a returning character in my videos. That's good enough. So they're kind of a stock character in my videos, as it were. And they put in an appearance every now and then. Okay. Right about here. We'll pull in retrograde. We'll set it to pop us down about here, but that's not exactly accurate, because what we're going to do is about here we're going to start hitting the brakes good and try to get to where we're dropping straight down. But this is just sort of our initial burn. It is important to try to get going fully vertical, canceling out all your horizontal motion before you reach the ground. That's a very important thing you should always try to do. So we're going to try to do that. All right, let's get going here. I'm going to give it a lot of leeway here because I'm on these nuclear engines, and they just aren't too strong. Excuse me. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and start the burn right about here. We're going to trust it this time. We're going to start the burn sort of around here. Against my better judgment, we're going to trust what it says. And I am coming in on this nuclear engines because I have so much fuel here. I'm going to try to do as much as I can on these nuclear engines before I get to the ground. At some point I probably will have to jettison them in order to get the more effective braking of this engine. This is for starting us out on. Excuse me. Sorry. Also, if you're not familiar with my videos, my various coughing, hacking, and snorting sounds are all very much part of it. Alright, that's good enough. Because I got one, have horrible sinus issues, and two, I've been a pack-a-day smoker since I was like 16 or something. So the smoker's hack and the horrible sinus sounds are all part of the package here on Journey into Space. Okay, so that's going more or less the way we wanted it to. We're actually going to kind of actually kind of warp over to this. Okay. Over to this location so we can start our vertical, or canceling out our horizontal motion. And again, unlike last time, what I'm doing is probably what you should try to do if this is your first time to go to the moon, which is pick a nice flat spot to land on. Based on one of these craters would work nicely. Place like here, the highland areas that are relatively uniform, like maybe right there or like right around there, are not so bad either. But you want to avoid any kind of really obvious bumpy bits. We'll pop our gear down, just for grins. Okay, so it says estimated burn 1 minute, 43 seconds. We'll say 2 minutes. That's what we'll say. Which means we'll start about 1 minute, a little bit more than 1 minute out. We'll start 1 minute 20 seconds out. And again, I haven't even touched the fuel up in here. This is just trying to get most use of my my tanks before I'm forced to get rid of them. Because when I start getting close to the ground, I'm still at 66,000 meters, so I am not that close to the ground yet. When I get close to the ground, I'm going to want to get rid of that thing pretty quick because this unit's going to have a whole lot more braking power. And that's a good thing. When you're hurtling towards the moon at 1,000 meters a second or so, having braking power is a good thing. Even though I have this indicator here to tell me how long I should burn, I'm eyeballing it from the map view because I don't, machines, I don't trust them. Despite the fact that I'm flying to the moon on one. Aside from that, I don't trust the what it's representing here at all. So I will use my eyeballs. Thank you very much. Okay. Now I don't really need to make this a perfect vertical line, but you know, I'm 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 a little anal retentive about these sorts of things, so I like to get as much done as I can beforehand. And that's the wrong way, but that's okay. We'll go the other way. Okay, you notice that at this point I am doing almost everything in, I just overshot my freaking target. I'm doing almost everything in map view. Once you get yourself on a path that you're liking, where you're pretty much straight up and down, probably need to stay out of map view because you need to be able to look at what the hell you're doing. And how fast that ground is coming up. Alright, that is about as straight up and down as I can make it. Okay. Go ahead and get turned to the vertical. And you see my retrograde indicator is almost dead over the little spot in the middle of the blue part of the nav ball. That's the way you want it. Sorry. That's the way, we like it, Yes, I promised many times never to sing again. Many times I have promised. Okay. And we're so far up now, I'm just going to drop. I'm going to plummet toward the ground for a while. I'm not even going to worry about nothing until we're at least 20,000, 15,000 meters. Then I might use this the nuclear stage to bleed off some speed. Oh, I need to get rid of my maneuver. Goodbye, maneuver. Now we will pick up a lot of speed on this trek down. That's part of what I was telling you about, that if you have a powerful engine on what you're trying to land, it's a good thing to try to land from a lower altitude, because right now I'm just going to plummet until I'm probably at 500 meters a second, and I'll have to kill off all that velocity before I hit/land on the ground. So all things being equal, it's better to start from a lower orbit. You know, even 10,000 meters would be perfectly fine. I've gone even lower than that. As long as your engines have the thrust to get the job done before you hit the ground. As if you don't have that thrust, then you'll hit the ground. And see, these engines here, they actually don't have the thrust to counteract my the kind of velocity I'm going to be hidden on. It doesn't really matter because I'm going to be dropping them before long and using this engine. Here we go. Down to the ground. Do a quick save right quick. Quick save is your friend. Looks sort of relatively smooth down there. Should be relatively smooth. Alright, slam on the thrust. Melt those engines. Yeah, we are coming down pretty fast. So we need to hit the full thrust. And on this particular approach, we're actually going to hit the ground, going pretty darn fast. So this was not a good practice landing. No, it was not. Because we were going to hit the ground at going about 50 meters a second. Okay. Actually, we were pulling it out. Okay, we saved the game here. Problem is we have some lateral motion. We have to fix it. You don't want to have any real appreciable horizontal motion when you start coming in. It's a bad thing. How are we doing now? Much better. Much better. Do I have a shadow? I got a little bit of sideways motion, not much. Yeah, I'm using RCS just to cancel out my sideways motion a little bit. At this point, the motion is so low that it doesn't even matter. So why can't I control my vehicle? Okay. I have no throttle control at all. What the hell just happened? Oh, goddamn staging mode, cocksucker. Don't go in staging mode. Don't do it. See, if they had an option to turn off docking mode altogether, just totally turn it off, I would totally do that, because that's the stupidest thing that they've ever done. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do some correction here. And don't go into fucking docking mode. Cocksucker. Thank you very much. I hope there's no kids watching this. Okay. Stay out of fucking docking mode. Thank you very much. Stay out of docking mode, cocksucker. Bob, do you dislike docking mode? What? Why, yes, Bob, thank you for asking. I do dislike docking mode. I dislike it intensely. Okay, RCS off, SAS off. Yeah, docking mode, the stupidest thing they've ever done on this game. Stupidest thing they've ever done on this game. I mean, they've done some, you know, things of questionable judgment before. You know, very willing to cut them some slack on the occasional stupid thing. Everyone does something stupid sometime. Docking mode, stupidest thing ever. Don't like it, not gonna like it. It can just bite me. It can just bite me. Alright, Jebediah, come on down. Jebediah, you're on the moon. Take a look around. Yes, it's the moon. It's the Mun. Mun. It's the Mun. Screenshot. If anyone out there knows how to totally fucking disable docking mode, tell me how that works and I'll be your best friend for life. Or something very close to it. Okay? Thank you. Here's Kerbin. Oh, and it looks like my film team is still recording. All right. Good. I don't have to feed them to the fucking Kraken Babies. Because the Kraken Babies were really licking their lips for their livers. But they're still with me. Good. That's excellent. Alright, you seen the moon there, Jebediah? Get your ass back in. And we're going to head back to Kerbin. Okay, despite the fact we just got here, we're going to leave. Goodbye, moon. Moon, whatever. What the fuck ever. Docking mode. It sucks. KSP, any of the squad guys who are watching this, let me tell you. Docking mode. It sucks. Okay? Okay, thanks. Bye. Alright, now let's go ahead and head on off of the moon. Well, actually, we forgot something. Quick save. Alright, now let's head off the moon. We're actually, even though we remember when we originally launched, we hit it on a 90-degree angle. We're going to go opposite of that this time because we're heading into Kerbin, not out to the Mun. You can do your gravity turn when you're taking off from the Mun, like almost pretty much straight away, because there's no air. You don't have to worry about being inefficient with dragging on the air or anything like that. So, and if you see, like when the Apollo 17 astronauts left the moon, and they actually recorded the ascent module taking off and heading off towards the rendezvous with the command module. It did its gravity turn right there pretty much straight away on the camera. Again, if you're taking off from the moon, you don't really have to wait very long or hardly at all for your gravity turn. The only thing you have to worry about is are you going to clear whatever mountains may be around you. Other than that, go for it. Okay, altitude of 9,000 meters. Seriously, any of you guys out there know how to disable docking mode? Please tell me. Leave a comment, something. Because in my world, docking mode sucks and it's something that should never, ever have happened. Just saying. What I'm doing right now is I'm straightening out my okay, that's plenty high. I'm straightening out the angle of my stop it, angle of my orbit here. You could do a direct descent to the to Kerbin. Wouldn't be something I would recommend, but it is possible. We're going to get into orbit first, and then we're going to head on home. Okay. Go ahead and time warp up to our Apple apps just a little bit. About like we do when we do first do our circularization on Kerbin. I'll wait until we're about 45 seconds away, something like that. Yeah, seriously, anybody out there who sees this video, please God, tell me how to turn fucking off docking mode, okay? I apologize if there's any kids watching this video that shouldn't be hearing all this piss and fucking cocksucking. I really genuinely do apologize. Kiddies, shut your ears or whatever. But seriously, docking mode is a mistake that should never have happened. Just saying. Kids, Journey into Space is a program for mature audiences. Parental discretion is advised. I think probably 90% of the people who watch me are you know, under college age. So I don't think that's a very effective warning. I think that virtually probably 95% of the people who watch me, probably 95% of them are under college age. So. Moms and dads out there, I want to just say, you know, I'm sorry. Don't let your kids watch Journey into Space. Don't let them watch it, unless you want them to grow up to be scientists or astronauts or astrophysicists or some shit. In which case, yeah, probably go ahead and let them watch. But otherwise, don't let them watch this program. It will corrode their minds and souls. My curse words will destroy their young spiritual life. Okay. Yeah, I do apologize for if there are any of my younger viewers out there. I apologize for all the severe cursing, but docking mode really gets up my nut. Just saying. Just saying, it really gets up my nut. Of course, you know, who am I kidding? Probably, you know, kids age 12 now know more curse words than me. I was born in a simpler age when we were careful not to say our curse words in public. Okay, come on, let's get to orbit. Alright, that'll work. Okay, this is what we're going to do when we're going to go back to Kerbin. You see the Mun is going this way, right? If we set ourselves out this way, it's the Mun there's a chance the Mun can just pick us right back up again. And we'll be none the better off. So what we're going to do is, here's the line of the Mun's orbit, and we're going to do our maneuver right about there. And if you look at how you would go, say, from Kerbin to Eve, you know, from a larger orbit to a smaller orbit, as far as interplanetary travel goes, it's done about the same way. Okay. Well, little blue marker. Come here, little blue marker. Okay. That burn is not going to be fucking 1 second. Don't. So again, sorry kids. Sorry for dropping the F-bomb on you. That burn is... Ah, shit. I got something on my foot. Sorry. Never mind, everything's good. That burn is not going to be fucking freaking 1 second. Shit hole. I would turn my record button off, but I'm afraid I would not turn it back on again, and then something terrible would happen. So please stand by. Please bear with me a minute. Oh. Have I ever told you the one about the bearded lady impersonator? Okay, I actually do have to take a short break now. Okay, let me explain what happened. Many years ago, I put a floor in on this room, and I thought I was doing a smart thing and doing it by doing it myself. I was like, we're saving money. And every once in a while, I get a splinter in my foot and scream and holler. And it may even cause me to delay my space program somewhat. So yes, I got a splinter in my foot and had to go stop my copious bleeding. It's all okay now, though. I think it is. I'm feeling a little woozy, though. Nah, just kidding. I'm fine. Still fucking hurts, though. God damn it. Alright. Oh, shit. What the fuck? Throttle? Why don't I... Oh, because this is fucking docking mode? You shitting me. Oh, I'm still in time compression. God damn it. Alright, so we're gonna have to, I'm gonna have to cancel that, try again. Okay. Yeah, me and my smart flooring plans, yeah. Worked out real well for me. Yeah, if you don't mind a little blood, you know, a few wood particles in your foot. It's all good. It saved money. Yeah. That was stupid. Just like docking mode. Stupid. Okay. It's still saying 1 second. That's a 1 second burn. That is not a 1 second burn. If that winds up being a 1 second burn, I will kiss your sweet patootie. All 300 of you, yes, I will kiss your sweet patootie. If this winds up being a 1 second burn. Nope, it's not. Don't have to kiss anybody's patootie, I guess. Sorry, guys. I know you all were looking forward to that. Okay. Let's go ahead and warp on out. Okay. Now I'm going to burn retrograde to bring my periapsis, in this case actually inside Kerbin's atmosphere, because I'm going to air brake. You'll see how that works in just a minute. You don't have to air brake. You can just bring the periapsis down to you know, 70 to 100,000 meters. and then at your periapsis do a burn to bring your apoapsis down. But it's more fuel efficient to do a air braking maneuver. So that's what we're going to do. And those are empty, so I can actually ditch that. You could also go straight in. That's absolutely acceptable. It's not considered to be sort of, Emily Post form to just fall randomly wherever you happen to be, but it does work though. Something you should consider. The air braking maneuver is a bit more of an advanced technique. You may or may not want to do it. Probably on your first trip, you'd get home any way you can. Doesn't freaking matter. When you decide to be a little more fussy and try to land it within 15 kilometers of the Kerbal Space Center, then you can air brake. Okay, that'll work. Okay, we still have about half our fuel tank here left. Probably could have dropped those side tanks earlier, but oh well. Okay, let's warp on in. And that'll be space junk forever. That's okay. It's not in a high traffic area. Now you do want to slow down before you, I mean, if you're in target pressing, you want to slow down before you hit the atmosphere, because I have seen sometimes where it'll just go straight through a planet and not slow down, because it's somehow or other the program has forgotten to take into effect there's a planet in the way or whatever. So you do want to get down your time compression down before you actually start doing your air braking, because there are times when it will just simply ignore the existence of the planet. And in this case, you do not want that. And there's Kerbin. Hello, Kerbin. In 0.19, I guess they're going to have heat shields because they have aerodynamic braking. So that's something to be thinking about. But right now, there's no need for a heat shield. Okay, let's warp in a little bit. Not quite there. Which way you're facing when you do your air braking in this version anyway doesn't matter. Now it probably will matter in 0.19, but in 0.18.4 it doesn't matter which way you come in. What you want to be thinking about is are you going to want to be in a position where you can rapidly gain altitude in case you come in a little too low. In this case, I'm more worried about not coming in low enough. Okay, let's see, we're in the atmosphere. We are air braking now. When we get to our periapsis, I'm going to judge as far as how well the air braking is doing, and if it's not doing well enough, I'll put in a little propulsive braking. Alright, I'm gonna put in all the pulsar braking. We have fuel to spare, so I'm not worried about our fuel consumption. Okay, note to self, coming in from the moon, back to Kerbin from the moon, need to go lower than 45,000 meters. Okay, and then we're going to turn prograde to get this end up, so we can pick our landing spot. Oh, why are you physics warping? You shouldn't need. Oh, are you still in the atmosphere? Why are you physics warping? You're out of the atmosphere, dude. No, you're not. You are not out of the atmosphere. My bad. Well, okay, we'll forego the physics warp. Okay, where is the Kerbin Space Center? It's at nighttime. All right, screw it. We'll hit a. No, we won't let us do it at F5. We'll go ahead and physics warp. Screw it. We get above the atmosphere. All right. Okay, we'll do a quick prograde burn to bring the other end of our orbit up, and we'll wait until it's sunrise over the Kerbal Space Center. All right. Well, you don't want to watch the sun coming up, so I'll restart when we're actually ready to come in. Okay, here's a trick you can use, which is let's say you're trying to get to a particular point over a planet, and you're got a time compressed as much as you can. And you're still waiting a whole long time for, you know, uh, this particular alignment to take place or whatever. Just go to a stationary object somewhere and time compress there, because there's no limits on that. Time compress all the way up. Here's the Mun. And sunrise. Okay. It's just barely sunrise. Alright, well, we're going to wait till we're about over here. There's no point in me really trying to adjust that too much because it's all going to change by the time I get there. Okay, and decompress. Let's maneuver this. If you're trying to get to a particular spot, or near a particular spot when you're coming in for a splashdown, you have to bear in mind that the atmosphere is going to slow you down quite a bit. So, what? Nope. If I want to land at the Kerbal Space Center right there, probably need to be at least out here, have this part at least out here, to have a chance of making that happen. And over time you'll get to where you can kind of eyeball that pretty good. Okay, and that's the wrong way. Maybe a retrograde. Okay. Now see here, it won't even tell me what the burn is. It's just totally just falling down the job. You go, I don't know. Why are you asking me? Yeah, that'll work. I might actually come in too close and make actually land on the land here, but we'll see. Never did use my solar panels. This is kind of too late now. Oh yeah, electric charge is like 0. Oh, we'll charge the battery before it comes in the atmosphere and rip the solar panels off. But that sort of mistake, you can make that with a manned capsule. You can't make it with a unmanned capsule because your spacecraft will die. Will die. And you will not like that. No. Okay, well it does look like I will actually overshoot the KSC and land in the water. So as we head over the KSC, we'll go ahead and give it one more big shot of braking so that we can get as close as we can. Not because it matters, because it doesn't. It's just, you know, when you get to the point where you run out of things to do in KSC, you can, or KSP, you can try to do pinpoint landings. Okay, and the Space Center is right there. I'm going to go ahead and hit the brakes is what I'm going to do. Ah, and there it went. Looks like I'm going to land in this little lagoon here. What the hell is that? Just a seam? Yeah, it must be just a seam. That's cool. Okay, now the parachutes won't fully unfurl until you get to 500 meters. I usually pop them out about 6,000 meters, which is way far above where they will actually open. But that's just me. That's pretty close to the Kerbal Space Center. Not too bad. They won't have to go. They won't have to take the boat out too far to pick me up. They won't have to take the bus out too far to pick me up either, unless the boat can swim. The bus can swim. Boat, bus, boat. Okay. Tongue, brain. Hello, tongue. This is brain. Brain, this is tongue. You should get to know each other. Yeah. Okay, parachutes are good. And Bill, Jebediah, and Bob return from the Mun. That concludes our KSP Mun Rocket Building and Mun Landing tutorial. I hope you've learned a thing or two. And I hope that you will try to, if you haven't landed on the Mun yet, you will try to land on the Mun soon. And post a video and leave a comment. I'll be happy to, if you have a Mun landing that is your first Mun landing, I'll be happy to take a look at it if you do a video of it. Anything else I want to say? Oh, you may be actually coming to this video without knowing anything about my series Journey into Space. I have a series. It's called Journey into Space, tongue. Tongue. This is brain. Brain. This is tongue. Well, we splashed down very nicely. Anyway, I have a KSP series named Journey, named Tongue. Look at me. This is brain. Brain, tongue. Okay, you two get together now. All right, thanks. I have a series, a YouTube series. I have YouTube series called Journey in Space, and I put out videos often, and you might like it, maybe. Okay, so that's all for right now. Until next time, hasta la vista. Adios.